A woman is walking through the park. She stops next to a security guard. She feels that someone has reached into her purse, so she slaps the officer, and he says she can't do that. She says it was her right because he was touching her. The officer says she will be detained, and tells her to put her hand back. She asks him to wait, because her purse fell down. The officer says he doesn't care about purse, they need to go now. The officer asks a man who was standing next to her to help her pick up her purse. The man takes the bag and opens it, and begins to observe what's inside. He finds a leaf. He begins to read the leaf and takes a picture of the leaf. Meanwhile, the officer is walking the woman to her car, and the woman continues to defend herself. The woman says that it will be the man's fault if her things are missing. She says that he has no right to treat her like that because he is an officer. The man says he doesn't know what she is talking about. She tells him not to play dumb because he touched her and that he has no right, and that she wants her purse back. The man says he would never do that because he was just doing his job. The man comes and gives her back her purse. She asks the officer to open it and see if there is a key and a sheet inside. The officer opens the purse to check. He says there is nothing in the purse, and tells the woman to check. She looks and sees that her things are not there. She then says that she was robbed by the man. At that point, the officer tells the man to wait, and the man runs out. The officer runs after the man. The man manages to run away and grabs a bag from behind a tree. The policeman loses sight of the man, and the man runs away behind a tree and changes his clothes so as not to be recognized. He walks away looking very elegant and bumps into the policeman. The policeman doesn't recognize him, apologizes, and the man manages to walk away calmly. Some time later, he arrives at a bench in a square and meets a woman. The woman asks if he managed to finish the job. He says yes, but that it was a lot of work to finish the whole service. She hands the man some money, and she gets the stolen leaf, but she says that the key is missing, and he says that when she pays more, he will give her the key. She gives him more money, and he hands over the key. The officer comes to the woman. She is furious because the officer missed the thief with her purse. The officer says that he did his best, but the woman goes on to say that it was his fault. The policeman tries to justify himself, but at this moment a woman arrives. The woman recognizes her and calls her her sister. The sister says she saw her from afar and decided to pass by. The woman says it's strange that the sister shows up just when she was going through problems. The sister says with a tone of sarcasm, she just saw her sister being arrested and decided to find out what was going on. The woman says that nothing happened and that she doesn't need her help. The sister tells her to be more grateful because she just saw that something was wrong and decided to approach her. The woman says that she is a gold digger and that it makes no sense for her to show up now, since they haven't spoken since their mother left. At this point, they start to fight, and the officer has to intervene and separate the two. The policeman says that they need to love each other more. The woman says that the policeman has nothing to do with her life and just wants him to give her a ride because she has no key in her purse. The policeman says he can help, and they get in the car. At that moment, the thief is at the gate of a house. He tries to get in and hides. Then the sister arrives looking for an address and discovers that she is in the right place, and with the stolen key she manages to open the door. When the woman arrives, she realizes that her sister has already arrived and wonders why she is there. The policeman replies that the woman could take advantage of the moment to make peace with her sister. The angry woman replies that the policeman should not meddle in her personal life. She gets out of the car and says goodbye. She enters the house, and the policeman stays watching in the car. He realizes that the thief sneaks into the house, and he chases after him unobserved. Meanwhile, the sister is walking through the house, looking for something in a piece of furniture. She finds a suitcase and starts to open it. She sees that the suitcase is full of teddy bears. At this moment, the woman arrives and asks the sister, what is she doing there? Because she was not invited. The sister begins to say that she wants her share of the inheritance, that it is not fair that she has not received anything. The woman says that there is no inheritance, because when her hand was sick they used everything for her treatment. At that moment the thief appears in the room. They are startled, and the woman asks who that man is and what he is doing there. He says that since she doesn't recognize him, he will help her remember who he was. At this point, he puts the wig on her head so that she could recognize him. He approaches her and says that it was his sister who hired him. The woman is furious and says she can't believe it, and says that her sister is a fake who only thinks about money. The sister says that the woman doesn't know what she is talking about, because she had to live all these years alone away from her family. The woman says that she doesn't deserve anything, and that she is an ingrate. The sister goes on to say that she wants all the money for herself, because she deserves it. The man says that they need to stop arguing, and tells them to sit down, and says that the money will not belong to either of them, but to him. He wants to know where the money is hidden. They scream, saying that there is no money. The man begins to threaten them, at which point the officer comes to the scene, and holds the man. He asks what is going on, and the man says that he has done nothing and is innocent. The officer says that the man is under arrest and that he will go to the police station. He asks the women what happened, and they continue to fight to know who has the right to the inheritance. After a lot of fighting, the policeman begins to tell the women that they must learn to forgive themselves and understand that family should be worth more than money, because he is sure that this is not what their mother would want. The women recognize that they were wrong and make up. They thank the officer for helping them to understand that love must be above all else. They recognize that they can't keep fighting, thank the officer, and realize that the fight was a mistake. The policeman is happy for them, and they love each other again.